You guys, welcome. I'm so excited that you are here with us tonight. Thank you so much for taking the time to be in this event with Jennifer and I, coaching FAQs, and right now, this specific area, finding your purpose. Jennifer posted a question a couple of minutes ago, and if you'll take some time to just answer that as you listen to this, you can kind of go through the post, but we just want to be able to give you some feedback in the second half of what Jennifer's going to do and kind of talk about some things about your struggles and things like that too. But welcome to tonight's event. Again, my name is Tina Salisbury. I am a diamond coach and fitness coach and lifestyle coach, and help people to live more fulfilled lives. That's really, if I boiled it down to a nutshell, what I do and what I love doing. And this is a casual event tonight. We want you to just come in and relax and listen and give you some tips that will help you in your lifestyle. When you jump on, make sure you leave a little hello, a little comment. I'd love to hear and be able to celebrate that you're here with us too. But I wanted to start and share a little piece of my story with you and tell you how I got here to where I am. I was a 13-year corporate, like banger, right? Like I was all in, a salesperson, very driven, ran operations for our Utah office to do recruiting and staffing for the engineering industry, and I loved it. I loved the pace, I loved the people, I loved the satisfaction of training and doing a job well done. But it was something that always left a hole in my heart as my family continued to grow. I have 5 kids now. At the time that I quit my career, I had 4. But, with each child and as they continue to grow, it just became more and more heavy in my heart to be away. And not just be away at work. I think that was something that I kind of felt like just had to happen, but heavy that I had to say no to so many things for them because my job was a 10 to 12 hour a day job. And while I wanted to be there for their events, I wanted to be there to help them to be able to be more involved with events, and I couldn't. We just didn't get home in time. I didn't feel right about trying to really facilitate other people taking on my role as a mom. And I just never felt great about that. And it just really left me feeling stuck. But I just remember feeling like this is just how it is, right? We all have to work. These are the circumstances that it just, we live within. You go to school, you get a degree from college, then you go and you work, and that's just how it has to be. And I just kept waiting for that day when it would just change and just telling myself that at some point there was going to be balance there, right? It was just going to all work out. And instead of this roller coaster of emotions and a roller coasters of it being good and feeling good and being too overwhelming to work and be a mom and do all these things with this particular career, that someday was just going to work out. And I finally just came to the realization that I had to make a choice, right? I had to make choices to position myself in a place that would help me to get to where I wanted to be. And there's a quote by Anna Quindlen. She's an author. She's a great author. And, it became like my mantra. It became what I just held in my heart. And it said, if success feels good to the world, but doesn't feel good to your soul, it's not success at all. And I just remember feeling that and being very successful at work and feeling like I should be happy because of everything that I had achieved and done and the fantastic team that I had around me, and just completely going home feeling empty, drained, tired, and unfulfilled, and feeling like, I had to change. I had to make a change in my life. So I did. And you guys, the choices we make are the catalysts that allow us to grow within our circumstances. We can't change all of our circumstances. We can't change what we grew up in. We can't change, things just on a whim as far as our work and our employment, our family. But we do have choice. We do have choice in how we live within our circumstances. And I hope as I share 3 tips with you tonight on finding your purpose, that it can help you to feel stronger and more confident to not just be stuck in your circumstances, but to allow yourself to make the choices that'll allow your life to be better. I know if I hadn't made that one decision, that one pivotal point where I finally said, you know what, I need to retire from this. I really need to retire, not just playing around this time, because I quit actually 3 or 4 times before I actually quit my job. But I said, I just need to do this. And I remember being scared. I remember, giving up a 6-figure income is a very scary thing to do. I remember feeling like at some point I'd probably have to go back to work because, if we wanted to live the lifestyle we were, it just, wasn't in the cards that we would make ends meet forever. But I also remember the first day being a stay-at-home mom and feeling completely calm, feeling completely at peace, and knowing that I was in the right place. And when we allow ourselves to do that and be in the right place, God puts the path in front of us that we need to be on. And He knew that I needed goals for myself. He knew that I was somebody who worked hard. My parents taught me to work hard all my life. I was always an achiever. I was an athlete in high school. I was an athlete in college. I worked hard. I got good grades. And I just knew that I always wanted to strive for more. And God knew that too. And while He put this position in my capabilities to be a stay-at-home mom, He also knew I needed goals and things for myself. So I started that path of working on my health and fitness, working on something that I could control and be better at, losing weight to feel better about myself, to gain the energy that I wanted to do. And as I did that, and it started as a catalyst from my husband and his story, and as we started getting healthier, it filled my soul with joy to find something that worked, to be able to be happier as I saw him lose weight and have more energy and do things with our kids that he just hadn't been doing because he felt stuck and he felt like he couldn't. And as I was shocked and lost weight and finally found something that worked, that I, could allow me to work and give up my excuses, I knew I had to share this. And whether that be on a hobby level or just bring in some friends, I knew I wanted to do that. And I became a coach. And that's kind of the beginning of my story, and where I really feel like I started to build this passion. And again, it wasn't in search of a career. It wasn't in search of this major change. It was just about trying to feel better, to have something in my life that gave me fulfillment, that still allowed me to help other people and allowed me to grow. And that's exactly what it did. And as it started to grow and I, just helped a few people and started building a small income. You guys, my first paycheck was $14.95. And I had 2 or 3 weeks in a row that I think I made that, or less than $30. And, but I remember thinking, what do I want to do with this money? And when I was working, as I told you, I really wanted my kids to be involved with activities, but I wasn't able to have the time to be there for them. Well, now I had more flexibility with my time, but I did not have money. I didn't have any money. We were on such a tight budget. I just felt very limited in what I could do to provide my kids opportunities. So I took that money, that first $14.95, that first $30, and I put it towards swim lessons for my son. And I just remember him being so happy to be in swim lessons, and I being so happy that I could take him to something and be there for him, and thinking, if I could do that, what else could I do, right? Maybe, the girls always wanted to be in gymnastics. I could get them in gymnastics. We need to set aside money if something ever happened. So I started kind of putting this nest egg together, which, came to good use shortly thereafter, as we had a garage door that broke and it just wouldn't have fit in our budget to have these little things. And I just started being able to feel fulfilled, both in giving my family the things that they wanted, in helping other people to be happy, to make the breakthroughs that I had seen in myself, that I was now being able to pay it forward to them. And I started to think, maybe I should be a fitness coach, right? As inadequate as I felt, as limited as I felt, as scared as I was to put myself out there to do that, I felt maybe I should be a fitness coach. And I told my husband that I just really felt that, this was going to be a catalyst to something bigger. I said, helping people with health and fitness is amazing, but I said, I just feel like this can be something bigger. I said, I don't know what that means. I don't even know where to take that, but I said, I just feel like this opportunity is going to lead me to be able to do something great, or a pathway that will help me to help a lot more people. And you guys, I really just feel, I've been a coach now for about 3 years, and just recently feel like I've come into my own confidence and growth enough to really see that vision expand of how I can help people. And that's not only to help with their health and fitness, but to help them build belief, help them to find themselves, to allow themselves to love themselves, to give time to themselves, to allow themselves to grow. And that's why you're here tonight. That's why I'm here tonight presenting this topic, because as you start to do that, as you shift your mindset, as you build health as a foundation, as you build some of these 3 tips that I'm going to give you in just a second into your life, it will start to foster in everything else. So we definitely hope that you'll consider this opportunity to be a fitness coach, and we'll talk a little bit later. Jen's going to jump on and go through a lot of things, and hope that you'll interact with her and allow us to share some of our experiences with you. But regardless of if you do or not, you can apply these things into your life right now to be happier, to be more fulfilled, to find the things that you're searching for. And I want you to know it requires that you take action. Every good thing does, right? But you get to make the choices. You do not have to fall within your circumstances to allow life to happen to you. And I'm excited for you to hear Jennifer's story too, because she's amazing. Mom, wife, daughter. She does so much and has been through some tragic things in her life, but has allowed that to be something that she can share for a bigger good. And that's purpose, you guys. So let me get to my tips. I've got some notes here. All right. So again, take some notes on this. Number 1, finding your purpose. Take baby steps in faith, you guys. You know, you'll never see the full staircase when we step into the dark, when we do something uncomfortable, when we do something different. But take baby steps in faith. You don't have to make drastic changes in your life. You need to make small changes, right? I love Darren Hardy. He wrote a book called The Compound Effect, and it's probably become one of my favorite books because of these thoughts that small actions compounded over time with consistency equal our biggest results. It's the small decisions that we make in life, those small turns that seem insignificant at the time, that allow us to move forward in big ways, right? I never knew that leaving my job was the necessary step to me being able to lead out and do something more. But I knew, again, that that's what success in my heart felt like, was that I needed to find a way to make that work for me and my family. And in doing that, it opened up the doors to the things that I needed to be able to do. And you guys, we want big things in our life, right? We want amazing things, whether that be financially or with your relationships, with your work. But if we don't do the small things that we need to do in life, take those small, uncomfortable steps a lot of times, most of the time, uncomfortable steps to do what we know is necessary, why would God trust us with the big things in life? Why would we be trusted with the big things? You know, I remember as a fitness coach starting out and feeling really uncomfortable. You guys, I hadn't even been on Facebook. I had less than 100 people that I was friends with. I had never taken a selfie, ever. I hardly even allowed myself to be in pictures because I always felt uncomfortable. And now I thought, okay, I've got to post these types of pictures, right? And I've got to show people and allow them into my life. And I'm like, I can't do that. That just seems really vain. And, you know, I mean, who's going to snap these selfies, right? But you guys, that's the way people want to connect with us. They want to see what's going on in our lives. They want to see you, the real authentic you. So I needed to get out of that comfortable place of hiding myself and allow myself to be visible and to be vulnerable and to help people to see what's possible. So That's number one, you guys. You've got to take those baby steps, and you've got to have faith that it's leading you in the right direction. All right, number two, you go to work on yourself. Go to work on yourself, you guys. Working out, eating better, reading good books, working on your self-growth and self-development. You guys, I know, when I hear the word self-help, and it just automatically put me in an uncomfortable place, right? And I'm like, I don't need that. That's for people who have problems, and I'm just normal. I don't have problems, so I don't need to do that. We all need growth in our life, you guys. We all need that opportunity to gain more knowledge so that we understand as we go through trials and hard times and adversity, we understand how to overcome that. We understand why we go through that. We understand how to stay in a positive space, in a positive frame of mind, despite the circumstances that we're in. And you guys, as far as working out and eating better, it is the best life plan. It's the best business plan. It's the best plan that you'll ever make to move forward in your life. You've got to take care of your temple. Your body is your temple. You've got to honor that. Help yourself to grow. Foster that positive mindset and that belief. Because, from the time that we're very small, what do we hear? No, 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 right? We hear that all of the time. No, 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 right? And so we're programmed in this negative frame of mind. And, our lives are programmed to have fear in them, right? And we have to push ourselves to be in that position of love. Love for ourselves, love despite our circumstances, love through the experiences that we've had that might put limiting beliefs in our mind. Those things won't change until you start to work on you, right? You've got to foster that for yourself. Honor yourself. Be grateful for what you have. And intend to get yourself better. With that intention to grow and make yourself better, amazing things are possible, and you start to do that. And I have just flooded my life with personal development. I just cannot consume enough of it. And I used to think this is so silly, right? To listen to books, to listen to podcasts. And I want to help you guys to get started with that. So after this broadcast, I'm going to put a link in after our event where you can go and get a list of personal development books to start with on different topics, right? It's personal. Like people ask all the time, well, what should I read first? Well, it's personal, right? It's personal development. What do you need help in? Is it leadership skills? Is it building self-confidence in yourself? Is it learning more about nutrition? Is it learning more about your workouts, right? All of these things. You guys, I'm going to go back and read through the comments here in just a minute, but I get too distracted when I do that. But I want you guys to honor yourself first. As you honor yourself first, you will grow in confidence, in belief, and in the capabilities to go after the things in your life. Some of the things that I have, envisioned for what I want for my family, and I never was thinking I could say those things out loud. I was so grateful. I created the vision board for the first time a couple of years ago. And basically, a vision board is somewhere where you can put together your dreams, your ambitions, the things that you want to see, right? I learned about using positive affirmations in my life to talk to myself in a positive sense as if things are already happening that I wanted in my life, and visualizing those things happen. And it's amazing to see as those start to happen, you guys, as it starts to take fruition. And one of my big goals was to just treat my family to a great vacation. We're a family of 7. Flying somewhere is pretty much out of the picture for us almost all of the time because it's so expensive. And I thought, what if I could take my family to Hawaii? I don't know why I'm crying about that, but it just meant so much to me to be able to do something like that for them when I felt a little limited because I was now a stay-at-home mom and, just couldn't say, I'm just going to go get whatever we want, So there was a lot of value there. And I achieved that goal. Last October, we went to Kauai, our family of 7, and we stayed for 9 days. And it was paid fully in cash with money that I earned from this business as a fitness coach. And that just meant so much. All of the struggle I had to go through, all of the times of putting myself out of my comfort zone, of pushing myself to grow and help my team to grow and have bigger goals, like it was worth it to see my family enjoy that time together like we did. It was something they'll always remember. All right, so go to work on yourself. You guys won't regret that. Ever you won't regret that. Okay, number 3, pick a new everybody, right? And I use that with quote fingers, but pick a new everybody, right? You guys, we have to stop caring about what others think. We have to stop turning our goals and the things that we feel ambitious to do, and then we stop ourselves. Immediately say, what will my mom think? Or what will so-and-so think? Or, I can't do that. You know what? That would be really nice to do, but it's just not something I'm capable of. And we shut ourselves down. We shut ourselves down before we even get an opportunity to try and do what we want to do. And a lot of that happens because we need to be able to surround ourselves by people who will lift up our dreams. And you guys, I can tell you, a lot of people in your life don't not support you in your dreams because they don't want to see you happy, because they don't want to see you successful, right? They absolutely do. And it's in fear that of what could happen as you push yourself to grow, that they try to hold you back, right? Because they want you to be safe. And growth means being uncomfortable. And when we do that and people see us push for something bigger, push for something better in our lives, they get anxious for us. And whether that be for you, or it might be because they're anxious because they themselves are not in a position to feel ready to grow themselves either. So it makes them uncomfortable to be around someone who is, right? Think about that. I want you to think about that. So one of the best things that we can do to find our purpose is to create and foster relationships with the people who are more interested in your growth than your comfort, right? Don't you love that? Create and foster relationships. Surround yourself with people who are more interested in your growth than your comfort. You guys, that probably means that they might come to us with some hard things, that we've got to show up, that we've got to be accountable, right? But wouldn't you like that? Isn't that why we're here? We all crave that. We all want to do something bigger with our life, and we hold ourselves back because of our fears, because of our limiting beliefs, because of our insecurities. Finding those people who will help you to move forward, to be safe, but push yourself is an amazing thing to find, right? They say you're most like the 5 people that you spend the most time with, right? So I want you to think, who are those 5 people in your life? And are they allowing you to move yourself forward? If not, it doesn't necessarily mean they have to be out of your life. It just means you need to go and find those people who are going to allow you to live that purpose, allow you to grow and to foster those things that you want to do, right? Find those people who are a few steps ahead of where you want to be. Seek those people out, you guys. Go and find those mentors. Talk to those people at work that are in that position that you want to be in. Talk to those people who have paved that road before you and learn how they did it and what they did. I know that was probably something that was really uncomfortable for me, was to reach out to people that were more successful. But I remember early on in my fitness, as a fitness coach, reaching out to a couple of people that I saw on the team that I'm on and thinking, wow, they have all of their stuff together, and just asking them to tell me a little bit about their stories, to share with me a couple of tips that they would have that they felt could help me to be more successful. And you know what? It fostered the ability in me to have confidence to go forward, to do more with the things that I wanted to do, right? Challenges make us stronger. And those people who are willing to do that for us will help us to be happier and more fulfilled and to get to the life that we want to. So get a success partner. You guys, find those people who can help you to keep accountable to your goals, who can share ideas, right? Like mastermind and help you with that. Seek those people out and find that community. I was listening, we were in New Orleans for a conference just a couple of weeks ago, and Brendon Burchard was one of the keynote speakers. He's a great author and a great speaker. He runs a high performance academy. And, you know, he brought up something that I thought was really great in relation to this topic. And, you know, he was talking about how we hold ourselves back because of this fear of what other people think, right? Or being rejected. And he asked us, everybody in the audience, he said, how many people have people in your life that you could pinpoint and say they critically made a difference to negatively impacting your life because they rejected you or because of their negativity, right? So everyone raised their hand. We probably all have at least one of those people in our life, right? And he said, how many people have 10 of those people in your life, right? And very, you know, or how many people have like one of those people in their lives? And pretty much every hand went up, right? He said, how about 3? And still a lot of hands went up. As he got to 5, there was very few in the audience. 10, hardly anyone, I would say. So and we kind of determined that probably the average was about 3 people in our life. And then he said, how many people do you feel like you've probably met in your life? You guys, at least thousands of people, at least thousands. And there is an average of 3 people that have made a negative impression on you because they rejected you or said something negative to you. And we're going to let that hold us back, right? No way. No way we're going to let that hold us back. So I want you to remember that. Like that perception, that fear of rejection, that fear of being, of being ridiculed by people or that being surrounded by that negativity, it's mostly here in our mind. It's all in our minds. You guys, we make those things bigger than what they are. And who cares? So what? That's why we need to really work on that personal growth, right? To do that. So again, just kind of recapping those 3 things. Take baby steps in faith. You've got to do the little things. It's the little incremental things that help you to grow. Number 2, work on yourself. Work on your development. Work on your nutrition. Work on your health. Work on building and making your temple the best that it can be, and be grateful for that and for the opportunity that you have to work on that. And find a different everybody. Find those people that are going to lift you up, that are going to build you up and help you to move yourself forward. You guys, we're going to talk about how these things, all of these things, I'm so grateful for this opportunity to be a fitness coach. And let me tell you what that is. It's really just creating community. It's a community that we've been able to be a part of and build, Jennifer and I and Foster, of people who are there to help support each other, who bring in positivity, who want to be there to be a better version of themselves, to be a friend, to build better relationships and friendships, right? That's what it is. That's what a coach is, and we're just facilitators in that journey of helping people and working right alongside them to do the same exact things. And we're not perfect, and we fail, and we sometimes have to start over. But you know what? If we didn't have the failures in life, we wouldn't have the information to be able to grow, right? Failing is just more information to help us to get it right. That's all it is, right? So we work on our fitness and our support and our personal development and our growth and do that every single day. And Jennifer's going to talk a little bit about what that looks like, how we be a coach, what each day looks like as we do that. And I think you'll see it's not as scary as you might anticipate, right? You build those fears up in your head, and this is so simple, you guys. It's just about helping yourself to be your best self, to live on purpose, with purpose, to be in those circumstances, but to make those choices that are going to allow yourself to be better. If you guys have any questions, please post them below. We're so excited that you're here tonight. Thank you for tuning in, and I want you to refresh this page, and Jennifer Lipp will be on shortly. Thanks, you guys.